Hello, and welcome back to another episode. I am back here because I think it's time that we work on a project that we talked about a while ago at this point, and, well, I'm finding more and more need for it. I am, of course, talking about our furnace array area, which you probably already knew because that's going to be the title. Yep. Anyway, I thought this was going to be a pretty quick project to, design, plan out, prep, get ready for, build, record. Yeah, I thought that on Monday. It's currently Sunday night. Yeah, it's taken me quite a while to get this ready, but I'm ready. And I think it's going to be good. I'm super excited for this. So, what I want to do is just two of these arrays. Let's see here. One shulker of materials uses lava. We're going to build that one today. That's going to be right here. The idea is we have a shulker of material, and we're going to put it into a system, and it's going to run through all of the furnaces, and then it's going to be spit out at the end, pretty much right where we put in the materials. And then on the other side, we're going to have another shulker unloader for buckets of lava that we'll get from the lava farm over there. So we'll put in the bucket of lava, and it'll fuel all of the furnaces while they are smelting down all of the material in the shulker box. So that's the one of the ones that we're going to do today. We're not going to do this, and we're actually not going to do this one either. I do want to do like a super speed, very large furnace array at some point. That won't be today. The furnace array that we're going to put behind me is actually going to be an XP source. It's designed to be constantly running, and then once it gets filled up, then I'll have enough XP for me to go in with, like, say a fully used netherite pickaxe, and it'll heal it all the way back up to full, assuming it has mending on it. But yeah, that is what I am looking forward to. So I think I actually want to start with the XP furnace array. I think we're going to do 2 sets of 8 furnaces here, and we're going to use a cactus farm. It's going to be quite large. And we're also going to use a bamboo farm, and we're going to hide them in the inside of the cave walls here. So we won't actually be able to see the farms running, the cactus and the bamboo farms running, but we will be able to see the furnace array. And when they turn off, that should mean that there is a full stack of dye in the furnaces where we can just reach up and pull all of the dye out and get all of the XP. So, well, I'm expecting this dig to take me quite a while. There's no time like the present, so I think it's time that we hop right into a time lapse. so clearly we're not done yet, but I didn't know how else to talk about the actual system that we're going to build here with the furnaces. So, as I talked about earlier, this system here that we're going to set up is designed to repair tools. This is actually like my 8th or 9th pick that I'm working on in this project so far. But if it was completely damaged, I would be able to go in here and pull out all of the, we're going to be pulling out cactus dye. We're going to be smelting cactus into green dye. But I'll be able to pull out the cactus dye and then hit that button, and then that will trigger all of the cactus that we have stored up to be, well, we're going to burn it in lava down on that end. But I kind of wanted to talk about the entire system itself. This is a, this is an Ilmango design that I think he designed for Exuma during Hermitcraft Season 7. And I made a couple of tweaks because it was originally designed for diamond tools, which have like, I think it's like something like 2/3 of the durability that netherite tools do, and I'm running mostly netherite tools. So I had to make a slight change in here. But as most of you know, furnaces interact with hoppers. Probably one of the most unique blocks that actually interact with hoppers. By that, I mean, if I put a hopper here on top, then that will fill whatever items are in the hopper will get filtered into the top slot right here. If I put a hopper on the side, that will fill the bottom slot on the furnace. So in other words, the thing of this is the input material that we want to smelt. This is the fuel that we need for the furnace to run and actually do work. And then if we put a hopper under the furnace, that will pull items out of the output slot. So we are making use of this interaction with furnaces here. We are going to have the output from our cactus farm, which is the big tall one. So if I hop up here, that's going to be our cactus farm. That's how big it's going to be. It's ginormous. So we're going to filter all of the cactus over this hopper, and that will fill in the top and let it smelt all the way through. The back side here, this guy is going to be from our bamboo farm, which was the kind of the long and narrow farm here. So we're going to have 2 layers of a bamboo farm here. So that's going to go over there, and that's going to be what we're going to use to fuel our furnaces. And then here we need 3 hoppers plus the full stack of dye that's going to end up in the furnace when the hoppers are done to give us enough XP to be able to fully repair a netherite pickaxe, for example. So what is pretty much everything else in here then? A lot of this has to do with that. This is a dropper right here. And a lot of it has to do with essentially emptying all of the hoppers after we take an item out. So I think I'm going to start with the button here. This button will actually lock this hopper, which the observer will be able to see. That'll send a pulse here and push that cauldron down. This cauldron is actually filled with water, which is why the comparator has a value there. When that gets pushed down, the comparator gets turned off, which then unpowers this block, and that unlocks this hopper, and that allows all of the cactus dye to flow into the dropper. When there's items in the dropper, that will trigger this to be powered, which this observer down here will then detect. That will power, I think that powers this piston, which pulls the observer up, which then turns this into a clock, which lights this up, which then this notices and activates the dropper a whole bunch of times, which then empties all of the hoppers eventually. So yeah, that's essentially a very complicated way of emptying all of the inventory that's in these 3 hoppers when we are done. So I think my plan is to fill out, well, to build this 15 more times. And that'll fill up this entire space. And then I will probably end up doing the bamboo farm first, because I'm going to need a lot of bamboo, because it takes something like 4 bamboo to smelt 1 cactus down into green dye. So I want to get the bamboo farm up and running and let that kind of stockpile and get all of the bamboo that we need ready to go. And then we'll end up spending a whole bunch of time just in the area, letting the furnaces do their thing and smelt all of the cactus dye that we need. So I think we're probably gonna head right back into another time lapse, and yeah, we'll see how far I get. All right, so I've been in the area a little bit while I've been working on editing that last clip. And well, if we hop up here, bamboo's coming along pretty good. Looks like we're filling up one of these 2 hoppers here. So we're more than halfway along of just backfilling all of the bamboo that I would like. So I think it's time that we start on the cactus farm. So let's hop right back into another time lapse. I may have forgotten how annoying cactus farms are to build. Yeah, that took me like 10 hours, but we have, looks like we have 6 furnaces going at the moment. Um, so yeah, we have a fair amount of cactus coming in now. So if I were to head over here, whoop, yep, that's cooking away. Looks like this isn't full yet, so, ooh. Looks like we are moving along. We must have gotten a big chunk of cactuses flown in there. I do want to check this guy. This is the layer down here is the second layer of hoppers. We have 3 total, like as you can see there. So we still have a ways to go before we can actually take some cactuses out and use this for XP. But we haven't even gotten to well, our shulker sized furnace array over here yet. Yes. And we've done quite a lot of time lapses already and builds are in this area already just this episode. So I think what I might do is I'm gonna, go over here and maybe I'll access this furnace. Oh, look at that furnace. Looking pretty good. And then when I turn around, look at that. It's done. Well, it's not pretty yet, but it's in. So I am pretty happy with this this furnace array design. I did a lot of tinkering on this myself. I did use a few other people's ideas, mostly around like the shulker unloader system. I think I got this from Pixel Riffs. But it's and I don't think I finished it. I think I need 2 bits of redstone back there. All right, I think that's what I was missing. So this is our lava unloading area. So we take a input from the first hopper here, and when that turns off, that means that all of the lava buckets are in the that is a chest minecart back there. And then we can let it go off and it'll give all of the furnaces a single bucket of lava. We have 27 furnaces over here, which is why I'm calling this a shulker sized furnace array. So I have not tested this yet. So, well, I've tested it in creative, but not since I've recreated it here. So if I put this here, so that should light up. I am now going to turn this on, and that will allow the minecart to leave and go off once all of the lava buckets have left. There we go. And I can get my shulker back by hitting the note block, and that should go into this guy. It didn't. It went back into there. And now my shulker is probably in that furnace. Well, not in the furnace, in the hopper back here. All right. So there's some improvements that I can do there. So I will take a look at that maybe later. But anyway, all of the furnaces should now have a single bucket of lava. We can check the end down here. So this has a lava bucket. This doesn't have a lava bucket. Doesn't overly surprise me because I think this hopper back here, if I can get to it. This guy? Yeah. So this hopper is locked because of this line, which we will talk about now. So this side is really where the most, more of our time is going to be spent. This is the input and output side. So we have, I guess I'll talk about the output first. We have a hopper minecart here that will just go underneath all of the furnaces. There are some of these furnaces like this one, that one, and this one where the track bends underneath it. And so that minecart has a bit of a hard time picking up the materials from underneath the furnace. But I'm kind of okay with it because it doesn't take that much longer to actually unload everything, and I really wanted the curved look of the furnace array instead of just a straight flat line. But it was a design choice, and I made it, and I'm okay with that. This lever obviously just lets that minecart go back and forth, and then I can turn it off again if I want to. Down below, this is an automatic unloader. This is a minecart unloader. So this comparator checks to see if we are currently unloading any items into the hopper. Whenever we are unloading items, it will unpower the powered minecart, the powered rail there, and the hopper minecart will empty all of its items. But we should probably start here with the input minecart. I have a full shulker, one of a lot of my shulkers of just stone that I got from this project. And if I can get up here. So what I'm going to do is I can put that against the piston. This comparator lights up saying that there's items in the shulker. When the shulker is completely empty, this will turn off. That'll raise this sticky piston, and that'll send a pulse through here. That'll power the piston, which will break the shulker, and the shulker will go into this hopper and go down into a dispenser. And then after a delay, because of the repeater delay here, that'll actually power the dispenser, which will dispense that shulker. It'll dispense that exact shulker down to this area. And then this line is from our output from our hopper with minecart. And it'll come through here and fill up our shulker with all of the output materials that we just smelted from the furnaces. And this line here should actually get set up. It's not set up at the moment, but this is going to be a hopper, an item filter for iron buckets. And we need an iron filter here so that we don't have the iron buckets from our lava fuel source get into our output, because that will cause the output signal from our shulker to not be full, because we are only breaking the minecart down here when it's full, and that'll send it into this dropper elevator, and it'll actually activate this dispenser. The rest of these are droppers. This is a dispenser, and that shulker up there will actually show up right here when when all of the items have been smelted. So yeah, I'm going to go and do that item filter. And then the other thing that I need to do, and I haven't decided how I want to do it yet, but you see back there is just a chest. That is the output from all of where our iron buckets are. I think I'm going to turn that into a smart dropper, and I'm going to send a water current over to the lava farm and just have all of the iron buckets just get dropped off into the lava farm. So I think what I'm going to do is I will start working on the decorations around here. As you can see, I've prepped a large area for the decorations, get the iron filter set up, and I will wait for that shulker to go all the way through our furnace array here. All right, I think we are pretty close here. We have about 20 blocks left, so let's watch to see what it does. All right. So that happened pretty quick. So the shulker emptied fully, turned off that, piston pushed out, and if we did it right, we should see it down here. Nice. Yep, there's our shulker. Nice. So now we just need to let the furnace array to cook all the way through, and we can turn on our output minecart, and that will start picking up all of the items when they complete from the furnaces. I have started on the decorations for the area. It's going to match pretty similar to what's down in our storage room at the moment, and kind of similar to what we have over in the wood and blast chamber area. So I will probably continue doing this while all of our smooth stone smelts down. And We are still waiting on our XP farm over here to get ready, well, to smelt everything through. Looks like we only have about 3 stacks left on the first furnace. It looks like 3 and a bit, 3 3/4. Remember that we probably need a full stack of dye in the furnace itself. Okay, I think we are pretty close to all of these. Hey, look at that. Look at that. There is our shulker. So if we look through here, we should see that all of these furnaces are empty now. Looks like it. If we go over here, we should have a full shulker of smooth stone. Nice. So that means all of the stone that we put into the system made it back out. And I think the decorations are coming along pretty good too. Yeah. So we are, and I've closed off my access to the hoppers down here. I suppose I can access here, but it doesn't help me since they're not the ones cooking up some dye. So yeah, we still have a ways to wait for our XP farm. As you can see, some time has passed, and I have finished up the decorations here around our, I think I'm actually going to call this the XP bank, instead of the XP farm down here. And it looks like we have maybe 6 furnaces. Yeah, we have 6 furnaces that are completely full and ready to have some XP taken out of it. And the other side with our shulker furnace array area has been finished with the decorations, and that big pit here in the middle was felt appropriate to have some lava as decorations somewhere in the area, so I went with kind of a big hole in the middle, and I like it. And then I also added a path that goes from our furnace smelting area over to the lava farm. So yeah, I think it's time that we take some XP from here and see if we're able to actually fully heal up our 3 pickaxes that are pretty low. So, here we go. Look at that. Fully repaired my pickaxe along with all of my gear. That was actually starting to get kind of beat up from the giant cactus farm that I was building. I stood on a lot of those cactuses, so yeah, it's good to see. And if I do it again, another one, and a third time, nice. We now have a source of XP over here in the Dwarven Kingdom area. Oh, and I should reset all 3 of these. Whoops. So, if I hop down here, we should see that those 3 are dropping all of the green dye into a water stream that's getting burned, because we don't need that green dye anymore. Nice. But this episode is very long as it is, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.